In the last edition of our Best of the Season series, we documented the Portland Trail Blazers' CJ McCollum in his scintillating performance against the Chicago Bulls on Jan. 31. McCollum scored 50 points in that game in just 29 minutes and 16 seconds of court time. That feat was historic. CJ McCollum equals 50 points, 29 minutes, 16 seconds, only the second player in the NBA's shot clock era to score at least 50 points in a game in less than 30 minutes. Klay Thompson, 60 points, 29:03, the 5th of December 16, at eliasportspick.twitter.com/UOOL6F, NBA history, at NBA history, February 1st, 2018, and yet a few days later, 9 to be precise, that did you know stat had to be revised. Because Damian Lillard had just done the same thing. Damian Lillard is the third player in NBA history with 50 or more points in fewer than 30 minutes played. He joins teammates CJ McCollum, who tallied 50 points in 29 minutes on January 31st, and Klay Thompson, who had 60 points in 29 minutes in December 2016. Via at Elias Sports, ESPN Stats. For those two players to be teammates, even more so. But to have them do the nearly impossible within a fortnight of each other. Mind-boggling. And exceedingly rare. Like the Bulls, against whom McCollum did his 50-point damage, the Sacramento Kings are not very good. More from analysis from the tipped-off February 9th at Sacramento's Golden One Center versus the Blazers. Their record stood at 17-36. And, also like the Bulls, Sacramento's defense was awful. There was one other thing that set the stage for Lillard's historic night, the fact that one night earlier against the Hornets, Feb. 8 at the Moda Center, he suffered through his third worst shooting night of the season, hitting just 6 20-second shots, 27%, including 3 11ths, also 27%, from 3. As Lillard himself said, a poor shooting night is often followed by one that's much better. Typically in my career, every time I come off a bad shooting night, the way I shot against Charlotte, I shoot the ball better. And tonight I think it was that, mixed with a certain level of aggressiveness and urgency with us needing to win this game. The Blazers were 30-25 when they met the Kings on Feb. 9, and they were just a few games away from reeling off an impressive 13-game winning streak. That streak would not only be one of the longest in franchise history but would help catapult them to the third seed in the Western Conference. 50 in less than 30. Lillard missed 2 of his first 3 field goals against Sacramento. And then, he went ballistic. Lillard scored 14 points in both the first and second quarters, plus another 22 points in the third. His final box score, 50 points on 16 26 shooting, 61.5%, including 8 13ths from 3, also 61.5%. Additionally, he was 10 out of 10 from the free throw line. Entertaining statistical side note that you may have noticed, in 2 straight games, Lillard shot the same percentage from both 2- and 3-point range. Ultimately, the Blazers beat the Kings 118-100, with Lillard scoring his 50 points in 29 minutes and 29 seconds, meaning CJ bested him in this 50 in less than 30 category by 13 seconds. It was Lillard's 4th 50-point game. No other Blazers player has more than 2. There have been 11 50-point games in franchise history, and, as reported by NBA.com, the only other pair of teammates to each score 50 points in a game within a 10-day span were Boston's Larry Bird and Kevin McHale in 1984-85, according to the Elias Sports Bureau. And Portland stars didn't see any fourth-quarter action. That's 100 points in 6 quarters between them. Lillard making history not long after his teammate did the same thing is not only one of the defining moments of this latest Blazers season, it's certainly one of the most memorable things to happen in the history of the franchise. And so it's easy to add this game to our list of the best of the season. Here are the highlights, in case you missed them the first time around.